from here on out, there's not a whole lot you can learn from strategically. It's simply the rest of the game just playing itself out here. You've got Fury very desperately trying to survive, getting tanks, and also trying to keep the human expansions under control. He's doing a very good job of that. Things that you want to use when you're getting tanked to scout for human expansions are going to be, number one, your shades, and number two, any destroyers that you've got left from the earlier part of the game. The destroyers aren't really going to do you a whole lot of good against tanks. They don't really deal much damage to them. So you can use those to scout for expansions or to just kind of sit there and take one down, as the three are in the upper right hand corner of the map. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to talk a whole lot over this part. Y'all can really just watch how it pans out. It actually is a pretty exciting ending. I hope you have not seen this replay before, and I hope you do not actually know who is going to win, because I will tell you that it is going to come down to the little... it's going to be very close. One of the things you can do when you're getting tanked is to start building necropolises all over the map. Make sure you cancel them before they die so that you can save the money from them. This is really going to be a matter of if the human still has a good working expansion and manages to keep one up for a while, and you really don't have a mine and he's sending tanks at you, it's pretty assured at that point that you're going to lose. However, if you manage to take out all of the opponent's gold, you do have a chance of running him out of money, and Fury is pretty desperately trying to do that here. Yeah, I mean, he's okay. He's going to survive like pretty much as long as he can on just a single building. A lot of people, I think, would have given up at this point, but once again, if you can keep the thumb on their expansions and not let them get any gold while they are tanking you and basically just trying to end the game, you can kind of do okay. Another thing that's good is to have like some units posted out ahead so that you can see when the tanks are coming and you can start hitting them before they actually get to your base, because one of the big problems with tanks is that you cannot kill them very quickly because they have a lot of armor and they have a lot of hit points. So any kind of advance warning you can give yourself, or if you can start fighting them before they're in your base, you will do a lot better. I actually have another replay of a Fear going up against Home Run Ball that shows actually a pretty clean, efficient way to deal with just kind of more the sheer tower tank abuse kind of strategy. I hate to call it abuse. I know that's kind of a whiner word, but just for lack of a better term, when somebody is just going mass towers, mass tanks, and doing their darndest to make your life just a living hell. Okay, let me review a few of the points from this game. Most important thing to know when you're going up against a fast expanding human is to harass them. You're generally not going to be able to take the fast expansion down, but as soon as you can, you have to counter expand, and you also have to defend that counter expansion, because any human worth their weight in salt is going to know that they need to go after your counter expansion. They actually have a decent chance of canceling it, and if they do that, it's pretty much game over. By the way, back to the actual game, Fury has managed to win it. He ran his opponent out of gold and out of those blasted tanks. So If there's anything to learn from that, it's as long as you can stop their gold supply, just hang on as long as you possibly can, and hopefully you'll run them out before they can wipe out every last one of your buildings. Okay, back to the summary of the game. You have to get your Tier 2 expansion out as fast as possible. Don't worry about getting any of your tech stuff out or your second hero. Just start that expansion up and get some kind of defense for it. If you build an Acropolis there, that gives you the added ability of once it's up, you can start... I meant to mention this during the game, but you can start mining lumber. Send your ghouls actually over to your expansion and have them mine lumber there. So that way your ghouls are going to be prepared to help defend the expansion, the very important expansion, against any attack. Okay, so once you've got the Tier 2 expansion out, you've really kind of got two choices. One is you can go straight for mass destroyers. That is especially effective against opponent that towers a lot. It's also fairly good against opponent that is building a fairly caster-based army, although you honestly don't see that a lot anymore. Usually they tend to mass either dragonhawks, gyrocopters, or like even riflemen, which I must confess, I saw a replay of Todd just screwing Lucifer up with that strategy. I mean, it was just, oh man. So as soon as I find out how to counter that, I will try to let you guys know. But up until this point, I actually don't know how to counter a human that goes for master rifles and times it well, because I actually haven't had to face it myself. I've only seen pro players getting owned by it. Okay, anyhow, so you can start out by massing destroyers, or you can actually start getting fiends right off the bat. I actually think that is a better idea, especially given the popularity of human mass air and the general versatility of fiends. Instead of trying to go for destroyers, you can, get your fiends out, and that way, if you're fighting against dragonhawk riders, you're going to be in a much better position. If you're fighting against gyrocopters, you're also going to be in a better position. But one way or another, after you get the Tier 2 expansion going, you want to start your tech to Tier 3 for sure, regardless of whether you're going fiends or destroyers. And you want to get your Lich out, and you want to make sure you have 3 production buildings. Either 2 crypts and a slaughterhouse, 2 slaughterhouses and a crypt. Either one works, but don't go with just a single crypt and a single slaughterhouse, or else you won't really be able to use all that extra money that you're going to be making. Also at Tier 2, once you get that expansion up, it's generally a good idea, if you can get away with it, to leave your ghouls mining lumber. Otherwise, you're going to have major shortages once you get to Tier 3 and you try to get destroyers out, or anything else really that you try to build, if abominations end up being more suitable or whatever. Generally, it's going to be destroyers. Hate to break it to you. So what you want to do is grab your Death Knight and your Lich and go try and creepjack the human opponent, or if you can't creepjack him, just kind of skirmish with him, try and nuke down his heroes, just whatever you can to keep him distracted, and keep him from attacking your counter expansion while it's building, and also just keep him from creeping. Throughout the game, try and creepjack the hell out of the human opponent. If you do decide to go for destroyers and you find yourself getting overwhelmed in terms of air, it's a very good idea to switch your attention to fiends. You can still use the destroyers, but with the fiends and working together with the destroyers, you can do things like web a bunch of your opponent's air and run back, or just the web alone will keep the Dragonhawk riders from focusing down the fiends. I don't think fiends are really that superior of a help if you're going against gyrocopters. In that case, you either want to rely on Orb of Destruction, whatever the Destroyer Manor ability is called. You can either just keep massing destroyers and rely on that to mass kill the gyrocopters before they wipe your destroyers out, Or you can like just completely give up on destroyers and go for a ground army with like fiends, ghouls, abominations. And also, if you're on a map with a tavern, it really pays to get a panda against somebody that's massing gyrocopters. Anyway, I feel like I'm getting a little too off the subject. I don't want to try and explain every possible human combination that you have to deal with. But the one that you saw in this game primarily was dragonhawk riders. So when your destroyers alone don't work, particularly because your opponent is using heal scrolls or just has managed to outmass you, add fiends. And once you have like 5 or 6 fiends plus your destroyers, you'll actually be able to fight against him pretty damn well. I hope this has helped. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know in a way the quality on this one is a little sloppier than most of my audios. I actually did do at least one rough take and then one full take on it, but I will try to bring you my usual sparkling neatness. However, I wanted to at least get something out, and I really did want to do an audio on this game. It's pretty old. It was actually the one that we were given, one of the ones that we were given for the audio commentator trial. But I thought it was a pretty cool game, and I stashed it, and I always kind of wanted to do a full audio on it. Music. I'm going to actually haven't put the music in yet. What the hell? I think I'm going to give you guys some High and Mighty Color. This is a Japanese band that I saw at Shiokaze-con a couple of weeks ago. They were a lot of fun. I guess if I could compare them to something, it'd probably be Evanescence. But hell, you can hear them. They're pretty cool. Check them out. Their album is called Goover. I don't know what the hell that means, but hey, it's cool. Damn, this is getting pretty long. I actually usually try to keep my audios a little shorter than this, because usually I don't have a 40-minute span of time to listen to somebody rant about Warcraft. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you'll tune into my future audio commentaries and continue to shower your love upon WCReplays.com. This is Fray, signing out.